The events that bring us together today, for the sake of this video, are more important than the birth of my first child. My name is Maura. If you didn't know, welcome to or welcome back to my channel. If this is the first time you're here, then you are probably unaware of the fact that a few months ago I put myself on a book buying ban. I had a tendency to buy books just whenever I felt like it. I would go to Barnes & Noble a lot just because it was comforting to me. I would buy a bunch of books and then have a lot on my shelf that were unread. Really wanted to save my money a little bit.
At the lights.
I wanted to save my money, and I also wanted to just read the books that I had sitting on my shelf for literal years, honestly. So today, I literally got out of my class like 5 minutes ago. I don't have another class until 5. So I bolted to my car, and I'm going to a bookstore right now. Another reason why I was so prompted to go today, because it was my September TBR video. I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna go book shopping for a little bit longer because I didn't really get through much on my shelf. At work, I won 4 contests. Because now I have $200 worth of gift cards, I thought absolutely I will be getting books today. And I found this bookstore when my dad was visiting me in Nashville in June, and I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna buy any books here, but I just wanna see what they have, just so I can see if it's a bookstore I would like. I did a vlog one day of me going to Barnes & Noble, and there's literally 3 Barnes & Nobles in Middle Tennessee, and they're all so far. I found this other bookstore. I was like, you know what? Change of scenery, and it's not as big as a Barnes & Noble, so I'm not gonna be as likely to walk out of there with like 30 books. My goal is literally at most 10. The only other system that I'm using for my assistance today when it comes to shopping for books is I'm not gonna buy myself any books that I've already read. I read a lot of books on Kindle Unlimited. I use my library card and download them on my phone. I read a lot of books on my phone, and then if they're books I really like, then I'll go and I wanna buy them in person and have the physical copy so I can annotate it and whatnot. That's all. I have my gift cards with me currently. Some vlogging for you guys, and then do a little book haul. Okay, ladies and gents, it is the next day. I first of all apologize if the lighting is a little weird. I can't tell if I like it or not, but I'm in my car and I am at school. It's 7:45 in the morning, but it's the next day, and I thought I would film the actual haul because yesterday when I was getting books, I had to go and get them and then come right back to school because I had other things I had to do, so I didn't have time to actually show you what I wound up getting, so I thought I would do that now. I'm gonna start with the book that I already started reading because I was so excited for it. So the first book that I got was Magnolia Parks by Jessa Hastings. I literally had not heard a single thing about this book until like 3 months ago. And that's kind of crazy to me because I'm on Book Talk. I don't know if I just don't see like the new stuff anymore, if it's just like recycled stuff, or if it's things that I have like actively shown interest in. Books that I've like looked up on TikTok I've seen because my For You page is then like regulated with that content. I have not heard anything about Magnolia Parks until literally like 3 or 4 months ago, which is crazy to me because this is literally Gossip Girl, but as if they were British, and Gossip Girl is my favorite show ever. One of. It's probably like second place. This book, as you can see, I've already started and I've already started tabbing. I don't know if you can tell because of the sun. Oh my god, a squirrel just ran next to me. Hi, bud. Oh, he's currently licking up a sauce packet. Magnolia Parks, the first book that I got. I actually saw Daisy Hates first, which Well, Daisy Hates first, and then this was the last Magnolia Parks that was out on a shelf, so I obviously had to grab it. And I know what everybody's like thinking about the new covers. I love her old covers, but obviously when you get traditionally published, that most times going to change. But honestly, I feel like this fits the vibe of it. The only thing I don't love about the cover is how bright it is, because it's like a bright pink and red combo, and then over here it's like bright blue. I just feel like the color's a bit in your face. I don't mind the actual artwork on the cover. But anyways, who cares about the cover? Magnolia Parks, it's literally Gossip Girl, but as if they were British. Like, Magnolia Parks is a beautiful, self-involved, and mildly neurotic London socialite. BJ Ballantyne is Britain's most notorious and photographed bad boy who broke her heart, but they're meant to be and everyone knows it. I don't know too much so far because I'm like 50 pages in, literally exactly 50 pages, that's crazy. But this book, basically from what I'm getting so far, and please don't attack me if I have something wrong and you guys are like huge Magnolia Parks stans, I apologize. I'm literally 50 pages in this book and I hadn't heard anything about it until a little bit ago. But basically this one seems to be about these friends that have known each other for a while and they keep going back to each other and they're so obviously in love. Like, literally from the start you can just tell that there's something there and something that like neither of them want to admit to themselves anymore. And it's so beautifully written and I have so many tabs in it already. I think I have like 25 tabs in literally 50 pages. I'm obsessed with BJ. I already feel my heart snapping in like the best ways over this book and I just know I'm gonna love it so much. I'm so excited to keep reading this series because I've been wanting to read it for so long, but I just never got around to it. I stopped for a second because somebody literally decided to park in the spot directly next to me and I just feel like that's a little bit excessive, especially when there's how many open spots in this garage. Next book that I picked up is the next book in this world and that is Daisy Hates. Daisy Hates is about Daisy Hates, her relationship with Christian. There are characters in Magnolia Parks that you see from the start. I don't know too much about this and I don't really want to look too far into it because I don't want to have anything spoiled for me if it's something that's in Magnolia Parks, but I did also pick up Daisy Hates. So just for you to know, but I'm not really going to talk about it because I don't know too much about it yet and I don't want to spoil anything for myself. Next is another series and I'm excited about this. I don't know how excited I am though because I haven't started the series yet, but I got the new Lucy Score book from the Knock Me Out series and this is Things We Left Behind. I have Things We Never Got Over and Things We Hide from the Light, but I haven't read them yet because I haven't had the time because these books are pretty thick. This is about Lucian and everybody's been saying this is the one that they've been most excited for, so I'm pretty excited, but also just makes me more excited to start the series in general because like I said, I haven't read it yet. So I think being hints of them in earlier books and like knowing that I have this and that I'm gonna be getting to this will be really exciting. I haven't read a Lucy Score book. I have By a Thread on Kindle Unlimited and I really want to read that soon, but I have some other books in my September TBR that I haven't read yet that I told myself I would, so I'm gonna get to those first. I'm very excited about this. I'm really excited to get into Lucy Score books. I heard they're pretty good. Like, how long is this book? This is 600 pages of romance. This is actually so funny that I'm going from a 600-page romance to one that's literally like less than 300 pages. If you guys watch my Hopping My Phone Screen Time for Reading, I read Practice Makes Perfect by Sarah Adams, and I have talked many times about how much I love Sarah Adams books. I'm just such a fan. Like, I love her. I love her books. I love like the pace of them. I think they're so easy to read and they're such nice breaks between crazy books. Like, if you're reading a heavy book, I recommend reading a Sarah Adams book after that, but I raved about Practice Makes Perfect and I got it for my birthday. Didn't realize that it was part of an interconnected series, so I got When in Rome, which is the first book in that interconnected series. This book is about Amelia, who is the pop star, and she gets together with Annie from Practice Makes Perfect, her brother. Look at how short this is in comparison. You see this? When in Rome is about Amelia, as I've mentioned, who her car breaks down in Rome, Kentucky, in like this really small town, and her car breaks down in Noah's front yard. I don't know too much of what happens after that. I just know he lets her stay with him. I obviously know like they get together because first of all, it's Sarah Adams romance, but also I read Practice Makes Perfect and in that it shows Amelia and Noah's relationship. So I do know kind of what happens, but I don't know the full plot. So I'm pretty excited about this one as well. I also just love anything that Sarah Adams writes. I have 2 more left. This next one, okay. When I say this, you guys are gonna be upset, probably. But when I tell you that I got the book, obviously, I don't think anybody's gonna be upset. I read The Love Hypothesis, I think like 2 years ago. I liked it. I didn't love it. I liked it. I would like to reread it. I didn't read Love on the Brain because I heard it was literally exactly like The Love Hypothesis. People were like, why am I just rereading the same book? I didn't read it. That's what other people said. People that I know in real life were like, there's no point in reading it because it's literally The Love Hypothesis. Again, don't know if that's true or not. I didn't love The Love Hypothesis, so I didn't read Love on the Brain either. I did like The Love Hypothesis, but I didn't find myself obsessing over it, okay? It's not a book that I thought about every single single day. So when Ali Hazelwood was announcing Love Theoretically, I was like, cool, I don't really need it, I don't really crave it. I wasn't really craving it and I didn't really care too much about it. Respectfully, okay? Respectfully. Everybody was talking about how this was like their 5-star read of 2023, how this is her best book. They were obsessed with this and they loved it so much. Because I had gift cards and I was like, I'm getting these books for free, may as well get it and try it. Everybody that I've seen talk about it has said such amazing things. I have not heard one single bad thing about this. I wasn't expecting it to be bad. Like, I enjoyed the writing and I liked the plot of The Love Hypothesis, but just considering the last book in that world was Love on the Brain and everybody was saying that it just like The Love Hypothesis and it wasn't anything crazy. Again, don't know if that's true or not. I didn't read it. That's just what I heard. Hearing that everybody liked this, I have high hopes. And if I don't like it for some crazy reason, it was free, okay? But this is about theoretical physicist Elsie, and then the male main character is Jack, the annoyingly attractive and arrogant older brother of her favorite client. So does this count as like best friend's brother if it's like her client but it's like her favorite client? So I'm gonna assume it's like best friend's brother, but also not enemies but rivalry, and that I'm excited. So I have this one. The last one was one that I hadn't heard too much. You guys totally just saw it. I hadn't heard too much about it. When I did start hearing it all at once, everybody again was just raving about it and saying that this was such a 5-star read, and I was like, okay, obviously I need to get it, and everybody was saying it's a fall read, so obviously had to get it now. But I got the 7-year slip. Here's the kicker, okay? It's about Clementine, who moves into her aunt's apartment who has died and finds a strange man standing in her kitchen. So this man, as it says on the back, with kind eyes, a southern drawl, and a taste for lemon pies, oddly specific detail. It says that he's just the type of man who she would have fallen head over heels for, except he lives in the past. So she goes to this apartment and she realizes that it's set 7 years in the past. The last line on here is Clementine fears that she may be 7 years too late. But I've never read something like this before and I'm really excited. I've heard such great things. I've never read anything by this author. I've never read anything by these authors except for Sarah Adams and Ali Hazelwood. This is a first time read for a lot of these authors and I'm really excited just to have something new, like a new palette, and also just to expand and find more authors that I really like. This one I'd heard such great things about, very much fall vibes, and I am very excited to be reading this very soon. Those were all of the books that I got. I'm certainly not finished, but for my first time being back after my book buying ban, I don't know if this really counts as like my first book shopping spree after my book buying ban because these books were all free because I had gift cards, like I said. I don't know. I'm gonna count it because why not? I haven't bought a bulk of books in so long. Those were all of the books. I hope you guys enjoyed. I would love to do more book shopping videos in the future when I am not drowning in books to be read. Thank you guys very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys when I see you. Happy reading. Peace and love.